In its one-liner descriptions of our exodus from Egypt and our exile from Jerusalem, Kinnah 31 emphasizes the stark contrast between these two major events for the Jewish people. B'tzeiti mimitzrayim, when I left Egypt after hundreds of years of slavery, finally free. B'tzeiti miYerushalayim, when I left Jerusalem, our temple, our Beit HaMikdash, desecrated and destroyed. Our people dying, overpowered, and exiled. Putting these extreme experiences in comparison to each other helps us understand what we had and what we lost. Written in first person, this Kinnah brings us into these national narratives, as it describes what the Jewish people heard and saw, what they faced and what they felt. As we read some of the stanzas together, pay attention to the contrasting imagery, the contrasting emotions, and see what comes up for you. We sang and we danced and we played tambourine as Moshe led us in an unforgettable song, Az Yashir Moshe, after crossing the Yam Suf when I left Egypt. Yirmiyahu, our prophet, wailed an awful cry, and I cried with him when I left Jerusalem. Sacrifices and burnt offerings, we brought korbanot to Hashem when I left Egypt. God's treasured people were then led away like sheep to slaughter, as if now it was our turn when I left Jerusalem. We fought battles and God was there with us so clearly, with a mighty hand and an outstretched arm and miracles upon miracles when I left Egypt. But God seemed distant from us, or maybe not even there at all when I left Jerusalem. Song and salvation, trumpets and horns sounded when I left Egypt. I heard babies screaming and corpses gasping for air when I left Jerusalem. What contrast would you add to the ones already here when you left Egypt, when you left Jerusalem? When I left Egypt, I was freed from slavery and bondage. When I left Jerusalem, I was forced to leave the one place I could truly be myself, be free to serve Hashem. When I left Egypt, we were all able to unite and become a nation, a people, Am Yisrael. When I left Jerusalem, that very same nation was dispersed, spread apart, and sent to live in exile. When I left Egypt, we were joyous, excited, and hopeful for the future. When I left Jerusalem, we were broken, depressed, as if the world, our world, had just ended, the future unknown. But then we have the last stanza of this Kinnah, which we have yet to read together. It's different from the others. Our hopelessness turns to hopefulness. Instead of looking back on Jerusalem, we now look forward. We received the Torah and its messages and precious vessels when I left Egypt. Sason v'simcha, we will have happiness and joy, v'nas yagon v'anacha, and sadness and sorrow will disappear, b'shuvi liYerushalayim, when I return to Jerusalem. B'shuvi liYerushalayim, when what was destroyed will be rebuilt. Our Beit HaMikdash, our temple, our nation and our unity, our centralized place we could all call home and feel safe and feel close to Hashem and to each other. When we are able to return to Jerusalem, Tisha B'Av will transform from a day of mourning to a day of celebration. We will once again sing and dance. We will once again be united as a nation with Hashem. We will once again feel the joy we felt when we left Egypt, or perhaps a different sense of joy, a stronger one. Because we know the pain we experienced b'tzeiti miYerushalayim when we left Jerusalem, we may be able to feel even more deeply the simcha, the joy we will experience b'shuvi liYerushalayim when we return to Jerusalem. B'mehera b'yameinu.